Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be a quick baby names I love but will not be using. Now I have 10 girls, 10 boys. I am pregnant with baby girl number 2, due in August 2019. Baby girl number 1 is Daisy Elizabeth, so keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and do the boys first since we knew we weren't going to use these when we found out it was a girl. So number 1 was the name Warren. Warren is my husband's dad's brother who passed away, and he was my husband's godfather and his most active, the closest, uncle or whatever. So we would have used that name as probably a middle name or first name for a boy, but since we're not having a boy, we're not using it. Yeah, number 2 is Richard. Richard is my husband's middle name. I think Richie is really cute for a little boy. Rich. I don't like Dick, but I like Richard or Richie, Rich. And it's also my mother-in-law's father's name and my husband's father's brother's name, my husband's uncle and my husband's grandfather, and his middle name. So it would have been a nice name. I love the name Gregory, and Greg is so cute. I always loved it, but we're just not having a boy. Otherwise, I totally use it. Timothy, same thing. I love boy names. Boy names would have been so easy. I could have named my boy like week 1 of being found out I was pregnant. Like, it would have been done. The girl one we struggled with, but Daniel. Now Danielle is my middle name, and I thought Daniel would be a really cute name. I love Danny for a boy, but we have kind of like a classic, basic, easy to write, easy to spell, easy to pronounce kind of a name taste. And my husband also has an uncle or a cousin, I think it is, that's named Daniel, so I didn't want to have another Daniel with the same last name. Theodore. I love Theodore. He has, my husband's brother is Edward, and he goes by Ted. And I love Theodore. And I thought Theo, or like Teddy, I think that'd be so cute for a little boy. But, and then number 6, John. My dad's name is John. I love the name. It's classic, simple. I like it. My husband likes it because it could be like a CEO's name or something. But I have a nephew named Gianluca, G-I-A-N, like the Italian way to spell it. And so I didn't want to go with John, obviously. Number 7, Benjamin. I love that name. Even as a middle name, that's my husband's name, Ben. And so I would have loved to use that, but we're not having a boy. And I don't know if he would have felt that was like cocky. I don't think he would have liked that. And then number 8, Charles. My problem with Charles, now Charles is my great-grandfather, my mom's grandpa, my uncle, my mom's brother, they have one. It skipped a generation, and then it could be my baby's name, but we didn't like that it ended in an S, and our last name starts with an S. So I felt like he would have been saying Charles Swing, like he would have had to like take a breath in between so people would understand they were 2 separate names, you know what I mean? I didn't like that. I thought they would always think his name was Charles Wing and not Charles Swing. And then Bradley. I love the name Brad, or Bradford even. I don't know about Bradford, but I do like Bradley, but not using that. And then William. William is my dad's middle name. It's also my stepbrother's name, and I just love the name Will or Willie, not Bill or Billy. And then let's go ahead and jump into the girls' names. For girls, here are some girl names I loved. Number 1 is Paige. Now I love the name Paige. I've loved the name Paige since the show Charmed was out. I'm reading on my phone, sorry. But I loved all of those names. Do you remember Phoebe, Paige, Piper, Prue, Prudence, like all those names? I loved them all. I'm just going to count that as one name because I still have the other 9, but we are not going to be using these names even though we like them, or I liked them. My husband didn't like them. He vetoed them. I love Phoebe and Piper and all that, and Paige, and he was like, meh. Like, he just wasn't into it. So I also like the name Clara, and I just thought it was like basic and simple, but I didn't want people to say like Clara or Clara, or you know what I mean? Like, I just thought that the pronunciation would be weird. I also really like the name Ella, but I felt like it was really common, and I didn't want something that was in like the top 10 names right now, I also love Gabrielle or Gabriella. My problem with that is I have a niece named Aubrielle, and I just didn't want to have like Gabrielle and Aubrielle or Gabby and Abby, and I thought that would be annoying. And then I love the name June. Now you'll notice this name and the next name are Kendra Adkins' kid's name. She has twin girls that are 2.5, and she's pregnant with a boy. right now. But yeah, her kids are June and Violet, and I put them both numbers 5 and 6. I love them both. We don't want a Violet because we have a Daisy already, and my husband didn't want like two Daisy names, 2 flower names. And then I love Emma as number 7. Number 8 is Olivia, which I have an Oliver, my cousin's kid, and an Olivia as my other cousin's kid, so I couldn't have an Olivia for mine. And a Sophia, also top 10. Thought they were too common. And then Juliet. I love Juliet or Juliana, but I have a nephew named Julian, and I just thought that would be too confusing for that. So those are baby names that I love, or we loved, my husband and I, but are not using. Stay tuned to find out the actual name we will be naming our baby girl. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.